Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this video on the Leo new moon. This is happening on July the 28th at 1:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a really powerful new moon, very dynamic. We have a lot going on. It is helping you expand into deeper levels of joy, of abundance, of new possibilities, awakening your inner child. So I'm going to pull up my screen today and show you that visual representation of what is happening in the planets. As always, when I do these cosmic guidance reports, whether we are looking at the weekly energies or the new and full moons, I not only study the planetary shifts, but I also tap into the Akashic records, bringing through even more guidance on how you can work with this energy in the highest timeline for your life and business. So if that resonates, be sure that you subscribe. So before we go into more of the specifics with the new moon chart, I want to give a little bit of context and just the overall themes that I see emerging here. So we have a lot of fixed energy being activated with this new moon, not only in Leo, which is a fixed fire sign, but we also have a conjunction in Taurus, and Taurus is a fixed earth sign. Now, the fixed energy in astrology is really about persistence and dedication. So when we start something new, there's always this excitement, and there is an energy we need to be able to initiate projects. But the fixed energy is what allows us to sustain it. And I think that persistence and dedication is really such a huge component to achieving our manifestations and helping to bring them full circle. Is when we don't see things shifting yet, can you still stay focused on the vision? Can you allow that energy of what you know is possible to be bigger than what is currently physically manifested? Are you able to see beyond that into new possibilities? We have a lot of energy here that's helping to sustain us, that's helping us see that even though the physical manifestation may not yet be here, there's other manifestations before we see the physical. The physical is the last part of that creation process. We first have to hold the energy aligned to the frequency, get our mindset, our beliefs, our habits, our actions on board with what it is we desire to create. And if we are able to hold that before we see the physical manifestation, the physical must rearrange to match our frequency and energy. This new moon, very, very powerful for manifestation. With the fire energy that's being activated, we feel this sense of passion, this desire to connect, this desire to socialize, this desire to play and have fun and invite more joy into our life. It's so important that we recognize we don't have to grow just through struggle and through contrast. That is one way we do grow and expand, and we're all very familiar with that on the earth plane. Another way is through joy. We can choose to also expand through joy. So let's dive in and take a deeper look at these energies here. Just give me a moment to share my screen, to enlarge this image. And this is a snapshot of the sky at the time of the new moon. We have the sun and the moon conjunct at 5 degrees of Leo. So really understanding this Leo archetype is very important right now, regardless of whether you are a Leo or not. Leo is that fire sign, that fixed fire energy. So it's very loyal, very passionate, very dedicated to what it wants to achieve. Sometimes that's overlooked with the Leo energy. It can be one of those signs that we associate with just like the ego or the need for attention or the look at me energy, but there's so much more to Leo than that. It's a very heart-centered leader, and this energy focused in Leo right now is really helping us activate our heart chakra, open up our heart space, and to lead with the energy of love. And as light workers, that's a big part of what we are here to do. We are showing up and showing a new way of leadership that is centered in love, that is centered in rising together. And in the highest octave, that's what the Leo archetype helps us to do. Be grounded in our leadership power and rooted in the energy of love. Now, there's also an energy of joy that comes in with all this Leo energy being activated, not just the sun and moon, but you can see we also have Mercury, the communication planet, here in Leo as well. So once again, looking at joy, looking at your ability to magnetize to you what you desire. This energy is prime for birthing new creations into the world. What do you want to create? What do you want to call in? There is an energy force here, and you are reminded of your innate ability to attract and call in the things that you desire in your life and to enjoy the unfolding process. It's not just about the end outcome, that physical manifestation, that's the final step. It's about who you become in the process. It's about your ability to believe, to hold the energy, to have faith and trust before you see it. Can you still know it's a sure thing? So great energy for really setting your intentions on what you desire to call in, what you desire to create in your life. Now, with every zodiac sign, we have the highest octave of expression and then the lower octave of expression. So the lower octave of expression with Leo is needing that external validation in order to feel good about who we are. So I often will talk to my clients about this. Is this desire coming from ego? Or is this desire coming from soul? When desires come from ego, there's this feeling of, I'll be worthy when it happens. So I'll be worthy as a coach once I hit the 6-figure mark. Multiple 6 figures, 7, fill in the blank. If we're coming from that mindset of I'll be worthy when, it never seems to be enough, because we're forgetting our power to generate what we desire, to not need that external validation. But it doesn't mean we don't get to have that experience in life. A soul desire feels like it's fully aligned for us. It's not anything we need to prove. It's something we desire to experience. So we want to be aware in this energy of where our manifestations may be coming from the space of lack. We need this to feel happy. We need this to feel worthy. We need this to feel abundant. Practice generating the feelings you desire. Practice generating that within. Practice aligning with the frequency of that which you desire to call in. This energy will help you with that, but it'll also make you aware of where some of your manifestations or goals are coming from ego. And again, I'm not putting down ego, but it's just simply knowing, okay, if we're coming from this need to prove our worthiness, we get to experience life in a new way. You get to feel innately abundant and worthy. You don't want to create from that space of lack. So the other powerful energy here I want to take a look at is here in Taurus. So this is the conjunction I was talking about in Taurus. We have Mars, Uranus, and the North Node here, Taurus being another fixed sign. So the guidance I'm receiving around this in the records is this is really supporting the ascension of the planet. The energy of Mother Gaia is we're elevating into a new vibration. We're elevating into a new energy. This can also give you that persistence toward your goals. When we look at Taurus energy coming in really strongly here, this is about persisting even when you don't yet see the results. So focused. Taurus the bull. It's like, I can do this. I'm not giving up even though I don't see it. I'm going to keep going. But it's also not rushed. And this energy, it's very expressive, it's very joyful, it's very powerful, but it's not rushed. It's not about rushing to a certain outcome. Again, it's fixed energy. It's about persisting, but also being grateful for where we are, not rushing to get to somewhere that we think the happiness is, right? Find what you desire where you are. And from there, what do you want to create? What do you want to experience? Now, the North Node here, North Node is all about our vision for the future. Uranus is all about change and transformation. Mars is that life force energy. So there's definitely that ability to look at, I can find joy where I am, but what do I desire to create? Where am I going? And are the actions, the decisions, the energy I'm in today, is that moving me closer to the vision I have for my future or further away? And that's something we want to check in moment to moment. We want to cultivate that awareness. It can be easy for us to go on autopilot. If we're not consciously aware, we tend to go on autopilot. When we're on autopilot, our subconscious programming takes over, and that's where we can tend to repeat the patterns of the past instead of creating something new. But with conscious awareness, we can be aware of what those patterns are. We can be aware of the decisions we are making. And that's where we have the ability to create something new instead of just repeating the old. So very, very powerful energies at play here. Now, this can also bring in some unexpected surprises, some unexpected news. Anytime I see Uranus coming into the mix, actually, I had a full day of calls with my amazing private clients, and we looked at their astrology, of course, as part of this. And I've been explaining these energies and how they're specifically playing out for each person based on their birth chart. And so I've repeated this a lot today, this idea that Uranus can bring in that unexpected change, that unexpected information. And depending on where this is falling in your unique birth chart, is going to be unique to each of us. But what we can all trust is that life is happening for us. And some things happen, and it's really easy to see the blessing right away. It's really easy to see how it serves us, and we're happy, right? We like good surprises. We don't like surprises that aren't good. But ultimately, what if it's all good? It's all serving us, right? It's all adding up. Life is happening for you, not to you. I know you've heard that before, but when we fully believe, not only believe that, but like know that on a deep cellular level, we show up differently. We just show up differently when we know and trust it's all adding up for us. Either way, we thrive. Either way, it's a win-win. So an aspect I want to look at here is the square formation. So we've got this conjunction. A conjunction just means when planets are within an 8-degree orb of one another. So this is a fairly tight conjunction here, with Mars at 15 degrees, Uranus at 18, the North Node at 19. So they're very closely aligned up here, forming a square with Mercury in the sign of Leo here. So I like this energy as well, because this really is bringing an awareness to your mindset, your belief system, the thoughts you are entertaining. Thoughts come and go. The ones that we consistently practice become part of our energy and vibration and the actions we take. So you want to cultivate an awareness of what thoughts are you allowing yourself to entertain. Just because you think something doesn't mean that it's true. And it doesn't mean you have to continue to create a story around that thought pattern, especially if it is not serving you. So this energy is making us more aware of that, and the ability to, again, this is a new moon energy here. So the ability to say, I can create a new belief system. I can rewire my brain to see things in a way that serves me instead of keeping me stuck in fear programming. And we have to be active with that. We have to be aware, or again, we fall into the default, the subconscious. We have lots of subconscious programming that serves us as well. And we have certain subconscious programming that's keeping us in cycles of the past instead of moving into the future. Mercury is also trining Chiron here in Aries. Chiron, the wounded healer, but I actually really like this trine. So this is about having an awareness of those thoughts that may say, you're not good enough. You can't do this. You're not worthy. This is too hard. We've all had those thoughts. Remember, it doesn't make it true just because you think it. So this is about healing, releasing, letting go of the thought patterns, the belief systems that hold you back, and rewiring your brain for success. However you define success. I'm all for soulful success, not what somebody else has defined as success. It's like, at the end of the day, what helps you feel content? What gives you that deep inner knowing that you are on track, you are on your path? That's the success I'm referring to. Soulful success defined on your terms. The last aspect I want to look at is the moon and the sun are forming a trine with Jupiter here. Perhaps one of the most powerful aspects of this new moon. Jupiter is about abundance and expansion. It's in the sign of Aries right now, another fire energy. So this is bringing that feeling of wanting to socialize and connect with this new moon. This is also about expanding into new levels of abundance, expanding into new levels of joy. allowing yourself, like when I say expanding into new levels of joy and abundance, it's like we get used to a certain baseline of happiness. We all have a certain baseline of how we tend to feel. And it can alter. There can be situations or circumstances that may cause us to feel sad or grieve, even if that's not our normal baseline. Just as there can be experiences and days that feel really good, where we get good news, we feel really happy, but we tend to come back to our baseline. But this energy here is about shifting your baseline, a new baseline for joy and abundance and happiness by practicing consistently a new vibration. So I'm loving this energy. Also, if you would like some support around the abundance side of things, I'm hosting a virtual retreat. It's Akashic activations to heal money trauma and grow your business. Perfectly timed as we move in to this new moon energy. It's happening on the 26th. There'll also be a replay though, and you'll be going into your Akashic records, healing trauma held in your body that's associated with money, and rewiring your brain for abundance, connecting to your money blueprint in the records so you can get a deeper understanding of your journey with money and what that can look like in the highest timeline for this lifetime. So I'll attach the link below if you would like to check that out. If you're feeling called to join me for that, it's going to be an extremely powerful experience, and definitely working with this Jupiter energy in the sign of Aries that is forming this beautiful trine with Leo. Like, it's just prime for opening up to changing that baseline of abundance and prosperity in your life. All right, I'm going to stop the share here. Those are the main energies we are manifesting in with this new moon. Share with me below your intentions. What are you creating? Remember, this energy is prime for birthing new creations into the world, and remembering your innate magnetism, your ability to call to you the experiences that you desire, and opening that heart chakra, and also being a blessing to those around you. Not just what can I get, what can I receive, but what can I give? How can I give and share more love without any expectancy or conditions attached to that giving? That's true giving. That feels really good for us, and it feels really good for the person receiving. All right, I am sending you so much love and new moon blessings, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.